Welcome to another City TV sports presentation. We're here at Leuzinger High School at Olympian Field as the Leuzinger Olympians prepare to take on the Torrance Tartars in a Pioneer League matchup. I'm Rufus Washington, joined by McCall Hall tonight. Our partner, Lou Stowers, is away on assignment. Let's talk about tonight's contest. McCall, this promises to be a battle between two teams that are looking to get going in the right direction.
It's definitely a moment for both of these teams to really save their season to an extent. We had an opportunity to talk to Coach Porter before the game for Leuzinger, and he reminded us their team has to play every week as if it is the season. They play their season 1 week at a time. They're trying to hang on and make a playoff run. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Leuzinger does tonight with their senior leadership.
And the South team comes in 0-6, but they played the top team in the Pioneer League. I said South, I meant Torrance. This Torrance team comes in 0-6. They played South, led them at the half 14-0, so their record can be a little bit deceiving.
It can be very deceiving, but like their coach told us tonight, they recognize the challenge that is Leuzinger, and they have mentally prepared to play the best game of their life. They're ready.
Well, let's see what the Leuzinger Olympians have in store here on their home field tonight on City TV Sports. We'll be back with live action in just a moment. Hello fans and welcome City TV Sports here at Leuzinger High School. Pioneer League action as the Leuzinger Olympians are hosting the Torrance Tartars. Leuzinger comes in with a record of 1-5. That one win being against Hawthorne a couple of weeks ago. Torrance comes in 0-6 as we mentioned in the pregame, but boy, their last game out last weekend, they put up a heck of a showing before finally going down to the league leading South team. Right now we'll take a moment to recognize and respect our national anthem. Are we back live now? All right. And arriving better late than never, none other than the one and the only, Sebastian, otherwise known as Cut Spencer. All right. Sebastian, how you doing, man?
Feeling good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you decided to join me. We got a great game, should be tonight, seriously speaking, with these two teams. And we were just talking about that. Talked to Coach Porter. He knows what his guys have to do. They're continuing to work on the same things, cutting down mistakes, and just not making turnovers. They played a pretty decent game last week against the West Warriors, but even he admitted they had too many turnovers. Looks like they probably won the coin toss. They did the coin toss a little bit early, and the Olympians going to be kicking off to this Torrance team. So we get a chance to see early this Torrance team go on offense. As they're preparing the kickoff, let me just tell you who our officials for tonight's contest are. We're going to see if we can get that in before the kickoff. I will tell you it's a Michael Barnes crew, and we'll get the rest of them as soon as we can. Kickoff taken over on the far side at about the 15-yard line. Wow, the return man still on his feet as he gets it out to about the 35, where South Torrance will go on offense for the first time tonight.
And that's right. Rufus, you talked about Leuzinger coming in here 1-5, facing a couple Torrance teams. This Torrance team being 0-5, they have a chance to capitalize and get a victory tonight.
All right, and we mentioned the officiating crew, and you see the referee, Mike Barnes, giving the indication that it'll be a first down play from they spotted at the 33-yard line. Bit of a high snap. They keep it on the ground. They give it to number 28. Coach Rock Hollis told me that this kid is a real player. That's Jeremiah Iona. Iona is a 6 foot, 183-pound senior. And actually, he lost yardage on the play back to the 30-yard line. Original line of scrimmage was the 33. The rest of the officiating crew for tonight's contest is line judge Chaka Wade. She's over on the near side near us. On the far side is the head linesman, Elisha Rayford. Back judge is Chris Morton, and the umpire is Wayman Wiley. Once again, they keep the ball on the ground, and this time they're able to get it back to the original line of scrimmage. That's Iona again with the carry.
And Jeremiah Iona starting the running game off pretty early here for the Torrance Tartars.
So it's a third down situation, as we know always in football. That's probably your biggest down, both offensively and defensively. Leuzinger in good position here with a 3rd and 10, a chance to stop them and force a punt.
Definitely. Starting off the game on the defensive side is a great strategy here for the Olympians.
And, of course, we know that Leuzinger defense is held down by Samisi Lewaki, number 6, linebacker. Wow, that was nearly intercepted by number 44 for the Olympians. That's Alisi Fakava. And, boy, that one went right through his hands. Fakava listed at 5'10", 225. Sebastian, I think if he had been 5'11", that would have been an INT.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you just talked about Samisi Lewaki and the pressure that he brings on the defensive end, and he definitely got to the passer right there.
One man back on the return team for the Olympians. That's number 11, Tariq Culpepper.
Number 11, Tariq Culpepper.
There's the punt by his countermate, Chris Vale. Short punt takes an Olympian bounce as it bounces back near the 40, where they'll go on their first possession of the game with 10:19 left here in the first quarter. Leuzinger with their first turn at the football.
Yeah, definitely. I think Leuzinger, what they have to do is utilize some of their offensive weapons here tonight. They definitely have to do that, capitalize, and like I said, get a victory against this 0-5 team.
Now, Leuzinger's going to be without a couple of guys tonight. That's really going to be a challenge for them to recover. Number 1, Lionel Smith is out. Number 3, Antonio Haygood is out. And number 12, DeAnthony Jones. And all those guys are key. And they're all out of tonight's contest. A lot of movement, and then you hear the whistle blowing. So that's a pretty good indication that it's going to be against the Olympians. Illegal procedure is the indication.
Before start on the Olympians, a 5-yard penalty for replay first down.
So we got the Olympians coming up on that replay, the first down. Here you see that replay right there by Adrian Galera with the run. And Adrian Galera gets loose.
Wow,
He gets free.
He's gone. Adrian Galera, number 4, with from the 35-yard line, a 65-yard TD run for Adrian Galera, the senior, the heart and soul of this team. Had a chance to chat with him briefly before as he was taking the field. And always just a high-spirited guy. And I got to tell you, man, it's great to see him get off to a start like that.
Yeah, definitely. You see right here, him coming right off, just going straight through the middle, gets a couple good blocks, and there he is, straight up the middle for the touchdown for the Olympians.
65-yard run by Adrian Galera, and now they go for the extra point attempt as you watch a replay yet again. Kick is up, and it's good. So in their first possession of the game, the Leuzinger Olympians strike quickly. They had 2 plays. The first play was a procedure play. They back him up 5 yards. Galera says, well, hey, that just gives me 5 more yards on my stat total right away. And so you see him there with the 65-yard TD run.
Yeah, that's right, Rue. And if it's one thing you know about Adrian Galera is that he runs harder than anybody out there. He's a guy who's been through this program for 4 years. He talked about being a senior, went through the trenches, went through a couple of coaches, and it's great to see it pay off now in his senior year.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. The restrooms on the home side are out of order for today, so anyone that needs to use the restroom will have to go to the visitor side.
And the Leuzinger Olympians, one of the, as we look back at their schedule, and they've had some scoring outbursts, they take the early lead. So a good positive sign for them. Now it's going to be up to Torrance to see how they respond after taking a quick punch in the mouth.
Make no mistake about Leuzinger's offense. They definitely don't have a problem putting points on the board is when they try to bring it all together defensively.
Short kick taken by Eric Suarez. And Suarez will bring it out to about the 29-yard line where their second possession of the night, the Tartars will go on offense again.
Yeah, you see the replay of this kick.
Taken at about the 10-yard line, so a nice return by Suarez, 19-yard return to get it out to the 29. Keeping it on the ground yet again, giving it off to Iona. We mentioned him before, the senior 6 foot, 183-pound running back. Also sharing some time with him tonight in the backfield will be the return man that we just saw, Eric Suarez. Talked to Coach Rock Hollis. He says he's a key player in their program. Just a freshman, Sebastian, but they got high expectations for him.
Yeah, definitely. You could tell that they're going to the running game very early. You can tell Coach Hollis wants to pound the ball up the middle.
Single wing gives it again to Iona, and he stopped at the short yard, so it's going to bring up another third down and about 5. Hey, let's go down to McCall Hall.
All right, it's an exciting first quarter already here at the Lou House. Fun fact for you guys. Running back Adrian Galera for Leuzinger averages about 100 yards per game on the run. Well, with that 70-yard carry to the house, he's well on his way to meeting his average and probably breaking it. An exciting game already here at the Lou House. Back to you guys.
All right, third down play right here, 3rd and 5. Big for both teams. Quarterback keeper, he's going to be stopped short, gain maybe a half a yard. They give him just about that much. So it's going to make it a 4th and 4, which is going to put Torrance yet again in another punting situation.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked about Loaki at the beginning of this game, and you see him just coming straight through here, getting to that quarterback as fast as he possibly could. And I talked to Coach Porter about him last week, and he said, I want that guy to be a little bit more mean. He talked about how nice of a guy he is, wants him to get a bit of a mean streak on that field out there.
So that's been 2 3 and outs for South here. This punt takes a south bounce. Touched by Olympia. Let's see. Okay, finally falls on it at the 25-yard line. Looks like that was number 11, Tariq Culpepper. He is their designated return man. Made that one a bit of an adventure, Sebastian. There you go. See, I thought his hand made contact, and even there, he doesn't pick it up cleanly. Stumbles with it. Ball is loose, as I thought I saw on the ground. Leuzinger lucky to recover that.
Very lucky, because he did touch it the first time going after the ball.
Leuzinger again keeping the ball on the ground. This time it looks like that was Culpepper with, no, that was number 24 with the carry. And that's Daniel Carmichael. I believe that's the first time we've called Daniel's name this season. Boy, he hit the hole pretty good and held on to the ball. You saw a Spartan take a swipe at it, but he maintained possession of it, so that was good by Daniel Carmichael. Picks up about 4 on the carry, makes it a 2nd down and 6. Carmichael again breaks through, and he could be gone. Breaks a couple of tackles, and now he's in the open field. And unless somebody tracks him down from behind, this is going to be another touchdown. Number 24, Carmichael.
Carmichael.
They say the ball was on the 29, so that was a 71-yard run by Carmichael.
And that's just a great run there by Carmichael, showing what he can do. And you see him here getting through a couple tackles, hitting the hole right there, almost tackled there, spin move, he gets away.
So as you see him go all the way through, as the Tartars are in chasing them, but wow, their defensive line is going to have to tighten up a whole lot. Otherwise, this is going to be a long night for them. Extra point attempt, good, and that makes it 14-0 here at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter at Olympian Field. Leuzinger with one of their better offensive outbursts at the beginning of a game that we've seen all season.
Yeah, definitely. And Daniel Carmichael is one of those young guys Coach Porter talked about a lot, saying how he could be a key to this program, and he really likes him, and he's showing it right here with his athleticism and speed as he gets the touchdown once again.
Given pursuit was Eric Suarez and Jeremiah Ona, the 2 running backs, and surprisingly, neither one could catch him.
Back deep for the Tartars. Eric Suarez and Jeremiah Iono kicking off for the Olympians. Adrian Acosta.
Costa's kick is away, bit of a short kick, maybe taken by one of the up men. No, instead, nobody handles it. Ball still bouncing around. Whoa! Wow. What a hit by number 44, Salisi Fakava. And, man, he laid the wood to Suarez, but Suarez still, Sebastian, shaking the cobwebs out, man.
See his teammate helping him put his helmet back. You see that ferocious hit by Fakava. I mean, just, he said, oh, I'm going to pick it up. Oh, no. Boom.
Wow, that's what you call a decleater, because, man, he took him right off the ground.
He definitely did. You got to have your eyes open at all times on that play. You didn't see him.
Ryan Carroll, the quarterback for Torrance, in the shotgun formation, takes it, looks to pitch. Boy, that was an awkward pitch. They're lucky to maintain possession because the ball was actually pitched behind his pitchman, Iona.
Yeah, you see that. And that's, he had to make a pretty good grab just to catch that there. And so, I mean, you're playing from behind when you do that, when you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage like that.
You know, one of the things that Coach Rock Hollis, so gracious in talking with us before the game, said was one of his concerns was the fact that they had to defend Leuzinger's speed. I mean, he was just impressed with the amount of speed that this team had. And wow, that pass is incomplete. And right now, Leuzinger is winning both sides of this game. You've got another 3rd and long situation, ball at the 25-yard line. They got to get it out to the 35 to keep this drive alive.
Yeah.
3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think definitely for Torrance, they have to get something going and try to give yourself a chance with that pass game. You know, don't be too passive with the run game. Obviously, that's not working right now. Jeremiah Iono and Eric Suarez doing a good job. Not good enough right here, trying to get past the Leuzinger Olympians.
South already with 2 3-and-outs in this quarter with 6:06 left. And this is a 3rd down play. Bubble screen over the middle. They pick up the first. Boy, he's still running, but Leuzinger runs down the receiver. And that was Suarez on the bubble screen that broke it loose for the biggest play of the night for the Tartars as they get it all the way out to the across midfield to the Leuzinger 42.
And you can see why Coach Hollis is so high on Suarez, as you can see that burst of speed there. And that's Andre Hunt, one of the prime offensive players for the Leuzinger Olympians, getting the tackle right there.
Once again, still keeping it on the ground. They're going with the formula that works for them. And boy, they pick up a nice gain on that play. Well, they give them a healthy 9 on that. It's going to make it a 2nd down and 1. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. So if you're Leuzinger, Sebastian, this is the wake-up call that they needed, because I think they were starting to think, boy, this is going to be just an easy night in the park. And all of a sudden now South is showing them that, hey, we've come to play.
Definitely. When you talk about a team that hasn't won a game, you got to know that they're coming to get a win. They want to get their first win just like you want to get your second win, as you see the replay here by Jeremiah Iono.
Officials timeout signaled by Mike Barnes. They're going to bring the chains out for an official measurement to see just how far the distance is going to be for this first down. Over on the far side, the head linesman is Elisha Rayford.
Looks like they might have this one.
Well, they're going to stretch the chain in just a second.
Maybe not.
No, it's the first, just as you
it.
said. Oh, Eagle Eyes, Sebastian Spencer called it before they marked it, man.
Hey, man, that's a lucky guess.
Well, as they say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So that's a first down for the Tartars. Keeps their drive going. They're at just outside the 30-yard line. Their best drive of the night after 2 3-and-outs. They now have got some momentum going, and they are in Leuzinger territory. Iona again with the carry. Picks up about 3 on the play, let's say.
Yeah, we got the replay right here. Iono getting about 3 yards. He runs very hard, Rufus. You can tell he fights for every single yard.
And we want to see one of the things to look at, and we see Milwaukee now, boy, lining up as an interior lineman. He had been on the end, which meant that most teams were running away from him. I think playing him in the interior, Sebastian, gives him a better chance to be a part of what's going on. Little short pass out in the flat.
And that's Alexander Rogers with that catch.
Coach Hollis says he calls him Bucky Rogers.
Bucky with a 4-yard reception there.
So it's a 3rd down, and we're going to call it 3rd down and 4. Ball's at the 25. They need to get to the 21. unless they've got a good kicker, and they may well have one. We haven't had a chance to see him. This would be 4-down territory. Great defensive play that time by number 8, Antonio Hunt. Sebastian, he got a hand in there, man. That, as we're watching it, you're thinking, boy, this is going to be a reception and keep it going. Watch the replay, and boy, he gets a hand in there at the very last second to break that up. That pass intended for Bucky Rogers, number 88, who's going off the field now. It's a 4th down play for the Spartans.
And you see that great play right there by Antonio Hunt. His brother, Andre Hunt, had a big defensive play earlier, and he shows up with one right there.
Okay, Leuzinger decides to take a timeout. There's going to be 4th and 4. The ball spotted at the 25, and this would have been about a 42-yard field goal, so apparently that's not in the program unless Coach Porter thought perhaps that the Spartans from south of Leuzinger.
Right.
All right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're down Hawthorne Boulevard south of here. Right. So the Spartans, he thought maybe they may be attempting to draw them offside and pick up an easy 1st down, decides to reset his defense.
Yeah, definitely. You look at what's going on right now for the Torrance Tartars, and they're trying to find a way to stay in this game without getting down by a lot early.
Well, right now they've got a 3rd down play that's larger actually a 4th down play that's larger for them than it is for the Olympians, quite frankly, because the Olympians lead 14-0 here in the 1st quarter, 2:52 left.
And it looks like they're going for it. And you see Coach Damian Porter there as he smiles and looks on.
It's almost like, whoa.
Offsides.
Now, the question is going to be where the Olympians drawing off. And Shaka Wade, the line judge, goes in to tell Coach Barnes what it was. The indication, Olympians, and that's the cheap 1st down that we just spoke about. And I'm sure that was what Coach Porter told him when he called the timeout, to be mindful. Wait for the snap. Don't try to anticipate the snap count. Just wait for it. They tried to anticipate it, and they give them a cheap 1st down as that moves the ball down to the 20-yard line now.
Yeah, you can't bail teams out like that.
And you're exactly right. That was a bailout play all the way, Sebastian. I think this is one of those kind of plays, it's a game. It's rarely one big play as we watch the replay here of Iona making a short gain on the play, picks up about 2, make it a 2nd down and 8. It's the little things, and that was one of those big little things just now, getting drawn offside when you had them in a 4th and 4. Wow, touchdown. What a nice pass by the quarterback there, Ryan Carroll. Let's see who he hits with that.
It's Devin Nash with the grab. And that was a magnificent catch there by Devin Nash.
And so that was a 20-yard touchdown pass to Nash. Kick is up, and it is good.
See that play here one more time. As you see, it bobbles off his hands a little bit. Then he tips it right into his left, right into the right. Maintains possession. Antonio Haga not able to get to him in time.
So, got off to a bit of a wobbly start, but with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the 1st, Torrance is right back in the game, Sebastian. It's a 7-point game. Leuzinger looking for a moment like they were just going to blow the doors off this thing. They score on their first 2 possessions in only a total of 4 plays from the line of scrimmage, and boom, they've got 14 points. And now Torrance didn't get down. They respond, and they're back in it.
And that's what you talk about after the game, mistakes that you will look at. The Leuzinger Olympians had a chance to stop them there on the 4th down and go up 21-0 with the way that they've been playing so far on offense, but they get the penalty, give them the 1st down, and the Tartars take advantage of it.
Galera with the return, and he's going to be stopped out at the 30-yard line.
And that's a very good strategy by Coach Hollis with that squab kick, knowing that this Leuzinger team, like you talked about earlier, Rufus, can run and how offensively gifted they are. Make sure you keep that ball on the ground.
So, Leuzinger now with their 3rd possession of the 1st quarter in which we've already seen 21 points put up on the board by the 2 teams combined. Leuzinger's first pass of the night. It's a good-looking one. Picks up a few yards.
That's a good tackle there by Eric Suarez, a freshman doing double duty tonight, offense and defense.
And Elijah Robinson with the reception. They give him about 4 on the reception. Malik Jackson, number 10, is quarterback. He's operating out of the shotgun right now.
Let's say something different.
Boy, to keep it on the ground. Here's another big run. That's Carmichael again. He's only got 1 man to beat. Carmichael with the touchdown run from the 25-yard line, 75-yard TD run here in the 1st quarter. 1:09 left, running out of space. Got to adjust my score sheet. Leuzinger with their 3rd on-the-ground touchdown of the 1st quarter.
And there goes Daniel Carmichael again. The cheerleaders like it. The Leuzinger fans like it as he goes in for another TD. As the Leuzinger Olympians kick the extra point here.
That's Acosta. Okay. Wow, they're going to say no good. Ball fumbled on the ground is the indication. That's what we'll have to look into. I'm not sure why you can't make a play out of it. But nonetheless, you can't. Coach Barnes blows it dead. So Leuzinger, the extra point attempt, no good. But Leuzinger nonetheless leads 20-7 with 1:09 left in the 1st. As we watch the replay of this, well, there's no question that it's mishandled very badly. I think what he's saying, now they got it, is that because his knee is already on the ground, okay, when he fumbles it, he can't pick it up and
ball
run.
Is dead.
Right.
You can see right here on this replay again, he's on his knee still as the ball is snapped, and he's still on his knee when it touches his hand right there.
Right. So Carmichael with 146 yards here in the 1st quarter. And Acosta prepares to kick again. Boy, he's getting more work tonight than anybody. Kicks it over to Suarez on the right side. Suarez looking for a hole. Finds a hole, boy, and nearly burst through. Let's see who made that perhaps touchdown saving tackle for the Olympians. Looks like that was Galera who was in there. It was either Galera or number 7, Karen Santos. We'll see if we can see that again. No, okay, it was number 7 in our program. That's Karen Santos.
And you see why Coach Hollis is so high on Eric Suarez. The young man just turned on the Jets right there. Only a freshman.
Gives them excellent field position as they bring it out to the 38-yard line where it'll be first down and 10 for the Spartans. Oh, you're right, the Torrance Tartars. Well, I got South on the brain, but South Spartan. Okay, the Tartars of South. Sorry about that, fans. Oh, boy, I quit. I quit. You know, I'm going to just say the guys in white. How about that? How about that?
Rufus, you mean you didn't hear me say Torrance Tartars about 8 times?
I just did. That's for sure. Tartars with the pitch. They pick up maybe 2 on it. That's going to make it a third down and about 6. That will be the last play of the first quarter as we wind down the last 6 seconds. Teams will change ends of the field. And so after 1 here at CityTV Sports, let's see if I can get this right. The Leuzinger Olympians lead the Torrance Tartars by a score of 20-7, courtesy of 3 long touchdown runs by the Leuzinger Russian attack.
You got it right. I just got to say it's about time, man. It's about time. We're going to have a chance to see South Torrance later on, but right now,
Right.
this is just Torrance.
This is just Torrance. Not North Torrance, the Saxons. Not West Torrance, the Warriors. Not South. But instead, just Torrance.
Torrance Tartars.
The Torrance Tartars. All right. Well, the way the Olympians are playing tonight, they really don't care which Torrance team they're playing. It looks like, man, they are ready. All right, let's go down to McCall as we get ready for second half action. All right, we'll come back to McCall in just a moment. Wow, we
All
got
right,
a
real
flag
quick,
on
we
the
had an
plate.
impressive first quarter. Leuzinger is obviously dominating on the run. Torrance is having a hard time competing against the athleticism of Leuzinger. But Leuzinger coach Damian Porter had to remind his guys, we're doing an excellent job on offense. We've got to balance out our excitement on defense. Their defensive mistakes have cost them, and that's what resulted in that Torrance touchdown. Coach Porter has reminded the guys, just balance your excitement. I know you guys want to get out there, you guys want to hit, but balance the excitement. Let's limit the turnovers. Back to you guys.
Wow, and that penalty as we started second quarter action was against the Olympians. The indication was that it was defensive pass interference. So that moves the ball now into Olympian territory at the Olympian 42. Now we got whistles on the play. Flag from the far side from the head linesman. So you got a procedure penalty against the Torrance Tartars, and that will back them up 5 yards. So it's going to be a 1st and 15 now.
And for the Olympians, it just comes down to exactly what McCall just said, you know, balancing out their excitement on the offensive end and the defensive end. Talk about that penalty that they just got before. And now you get a penalty on the Torrance side. So let's see if the Olympians can win that battle on the defensive end.
Well, this is the second possession in which it looks like Torrance is starting to push them around just a little bit, but it is going to be a 1st and long, 1st and 15. There's a flag, and the reception is made, but let's see how this play is affected by the flag. Boy, that's Elisha Rayford. Another penalty against South, against the Tartars.
And the Tartars now have their share of penalties adding up for them.
That's 2 consecutive false start penalties against the Tartars. We're early in second quarter action, fans. 11:45 left here in the first half.
And that's something that's going to be the key for them as well. In order for them to stay in this game, they can't make mistakes like that.
So now it's a 1st and 20, what one would think would be an obvious passing down, but let's see. Pass out in the flat, tries to turn it back in, defended well by the Olympians.
And that's just a great tackle there from Adrian Galera. Wraps up number 88, Alexander Rogers. Tries to get him with a little juke move, and Adrian says, nah, come with me.
And that's a good play by Adrian right there. I mean, that's just good defensive technique. Didn't buy the fake, kept his ground to wait to see. As long as you're running in place, you're not going anywhere. And as soon as I see you make your move, then I know where my pursuit angle needs to be.
Exactly.
So it's a 2nd down and 20 now. Ball at the 50. They need to get to about the 30. Here's a short pass, and that one's defended well. They pick up a few yards on the play. Wow, Lewakian, we don't get a chance to call his name much, not because he's not good. In fact, because he is good is why we don't get to call his name, Sebastian.
Yeah, definitely. Milwaukee is a key to this defensive side for the Leuzinger Olympians.
And let's face it, teams go away from him no matter where he lines up. Again, this time lining up as an interior down lineman.
Standing at 6'4", 240 pounds, you run away from him too.
Wow. And the Olympians give up the first down on what was a 3rd and 15. And they give up the first down to the 20-yard line. Is dropping back to pass is a Torrance quarterback. He just lays it out there. Ryan Carroll, as I mentioned. And, boy, hits his receiver, number 9, Devin Nash. Nash makes the catch, which was the key thing. Looked it into his hands before he went down. And now running hard is Iona.
Jeremiah Iona with a nice run right there to follow up that great catch by Devin Nash.
So they call it 1st and goal from inside the 10. So this is where the Leuzinger defense will need to stiffen, Sebastian, because all of a sudden, like I say, it's a 2-score game now. But in a flash, it could again become a 1-score game as it was in the first quarter.
Yeah, you definitely have to take those chances and let teams know where you stand on the defensive end, because when teams realize they can score on you, momentum starts to build for them.
Ball's inside the 10 at about the 5. Once again, they keep it on the ground for little or no gain. So that's going to make it a 3rd down and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line.
And we see the replay here. Jeremiah Iona tries to get a little bit more yardage there for the Tartars. And coming up on 3rd and goal for the Tartars.
Once again, good pressure ball thrown behind the receiver, no good. Receiver had to turn back for it. Didn't have a chance, so another 4th down play, except this is 4th and goal. So even if Leuzinger jumps offside, it wouldn't be a 1st down or anything, but they would advance the ball 2.5 yards, but it would still go over to the Olympians. But instead, they're going to try a field goal here. This is Daniel Desmond, looks like number 10. Desmond's kick is up, and it is good. And I'm saying Desmond. I can't tell whether that's actually Desmond or Nunez. And we get another look at that, but with 7:55 left here in the second quarter.
And you see the Tartars.
22.
And you see the Torrance Tartars 10-20 right now. Getting that field goal kick in there. Not able to score the 7 that they wanted.
But that makes it a 20-10 game. Still a 2-possession game, no matter how you slice it.
D'Angelo Dyer, number 9, and Andre Hunt.
Olympian with the reception, looking for a hole, has a hole, and now it looks like he's going to go all the way. That's Elijah Robinson. Touchdown! Elijah Robinson. Boy, we'll have to see on the replay exactly where Robinson picked up that kickoff at. But what a return by Elijah Robinson.
D'Angelo Dyer, 5'9", sophomore for the Olympians, 85-yard kick return.
And they're officially recording it as an 85-yard kickoff return. Oh, you took it out. Thank you.
Acosta's kick is up, and it's good.
Boy, what a nice treat and surprise here by the student body at Olympian Field as they bring us a cold soda and some nachos with cheese and ground beef and guacamole. And the Olympians scored an 85-yard kickoff return touchdown by Elijah Robinson. So, man, everything's hitting on all cylinders.
It is.
Who cares what Torrance school this is? Man, we're at Olympian Field, and you're right, that was they called it 85. I saw the angle. Yeah, it was 85, that's for sure.
Elijah Robinson showing the speed he has. That's another freshman, a part of this Leuzinger Olympian program that you're going to see for many years to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the Olympian tailgate is still going on. The Olympian marching band is selling nachos, sodas,
And
water.
Acosta's extra point attempt was good, so now it is a 27-10 lead for the Olympians. And South is only saying, hey, give us the ball back and we'll see what we can do. This return taken by one of the up men brings it out to the 35-yard line. They'll spot it officially at the 36, where it'll be first down and 10.
And that was a tackle by Edgar Maharis there. Edgar Maharis, a tough kid. I saw him on the sidelines the last couple of weeks with the Olympians. Been going through a few injuries, but he's out there every single week playing.
Quarterback for Torrance, Ryan Carroll. They send a man in motion. That's Suarez. Misdirection play as they give it to Iona. The Olympians not fooled on that play, though.
They're not. And the Olympians starting to get to notice this Torrance offense a little bit. They know that they want to run the ball. You know, they not too many wide receivers they have there. You know it's going to be Jeremiah Iono or Eric Suarez. Devin Nash has included some plays a little bit as well, but for the most part, we know it's going to the run game.
Well, they split their receiver out to the far left. That's Bucket Rogers, and they put Number 6, Suarez in the slot. So, boy, they do drop back to pass this time, and that looked good for the Olympian return, man. That was one of the Hunt brothers. No, Antonio Hunt, because they wear 8 and 9 respectively. Antonio number 8, Andre number 9.
And Antonio, he's a little bit more defensive than his brother is. And they're both kind of the yin and yang to this Leuzinger Olympian team on offense and defense.
So another big third down play. Boy, we've seen a bunch of those in this game so far. And this one is a 3rd and 8. Olympians show blitz. They come with a bit of it. There's the, okay, boy. And Hunt had a bead on Suarez.
He did, but he forgot that Suarez is only 5'7".
Yeah, but I think Suarez made a business decision too. You know, even in high school, he's like, man, I got to think about the next couple of years, although the pass was thrown a bit high. But I'm not sure he jumped as high as he could.
Right, because he did have a man coming for him.
Right. So that makes it a 4th down play for the Torrance Tartars.
Carter sent the punt back deep for the Olympians, number 11, Tariq Culpepper.
Culpepper, the return man. Return is on. He didn't signal for a fair catch. Now he breaks through. He only has one man to beat. Boy, he's trying to get through, and he does. Culpepper with the return for a touchdown. And that was about a 70-yard return. We'll have to see the replay to see exactly where Culpepper took possession at. But boy,
Culpepper, he goes through a couple people here. You see a couple big hits by the Olympians. He gets through here, gets through there. He says, no, I'm going through this way.
can't quite see it from that angle. If we have another one, that would be helpful, but we know that it was a long return for Culpepper. Extra point attempt coming up by Acosta. All right. The Leuzinger ground game in all forms and fashions has been in rare form tonight. High snap. Once again, the indication from the referee is that the knee was down and he came up with it. And once that happens and he's given an explanation.
And that is the exact same play from last time. You see Lauren Brown there. Still has his knee down when he receives that. Here's a replay of that touchdown.
Yep, taken at the 25-yard line by Culpepper. So that's a 75-yard punt return. As you see, gets caught up in a little bit of traffic and works his way out of it to complete the play. Boy.
And Culpepper, another one of these young guys here for the Leuzinger Olympians, only a junior.
.33-10 and back yet again. I tell you, he's one of the busiest guys on the field tonight. That's Adrian Acosta. His kick bounds around, taken by Suarez. Finally, Suarez goes around the left side, turns it back in before he's finally brought down by a bunch of Olympians, and leading the way was number 44, Fakava, who slowed him down.
Fakava with a great play there on the defensive end.
So 1st and 10 for Torrance. Keeping it on the ground. Good game. Enough for the first down, actually, on that play. One of their longer gains of the night. 10 yards on the play by Iona.
Jeremiah Iona, you see here in the replay, is just going to keep applying pressure all night to this Leuzinger defense and going to make them work for every tackle. You see he's a strong runner. Getting through. And Andre Hunt trying his hardest to bring him down.
That was the first down play. This time they back him up. They're in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage on the play. They're going to spot it as about a 2-yard loss. Closer to 3.
And the Olympians just read this play perfectly. You see right here. As soon as the snap was made, they were right there. And that's number 99. It's Salai Ahoya.
And this is our first time Ahoya transfer student from Cathedral. He's a 5'11", 210-pound senior. Pass this direction, broken up and nearly intercepted. Wow, good teamwork there.
That is good teamwork right there, Rufus. And Elijah Robinson almost had that. He's upset. You see him right there. And Ryan Carroll drops back. And you're going to see that bounce off the hands of Nathan Gottlieb.
And that was Carmichael who was defending on the play. And, of course, Carmichael already has a touchdown to his credit tonight. Wow. Incomplete. Now we got a late flag coming in from the referee, Michael Barnes, and you could almost make book on it. That was going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer against Leuzinger. A mistake, because that's an automatic first down.
Automatic first down right there. And you talked about those type of penalties where you're bailing teams out. They're on 3rd and 12 right there. You got to make them earn that.
Exactly. Instead of giving to, that's the second time tonight that the Olympians have given a first down to the Tartars.
Yeah, and even though offensively they are up comfortably, you don't want another team to get momentum and start feeling like we can score anytime we want, because this team's going to make mistakes.
So now in Leuzinger territory at the Leuzinger 43-yard line. Carroll completes the pass to Bucket Rogers. Gets it down to the 35-yard line. That's going to make it a second and a short 2.
That tackle was made by number 7, Hiram Santos.
Wow. That one's on the ground trying to get there. Good open field tackle by the Leuzinger Olympian. That's big number 99. We called his name, and Coach had told me we'd be calling his name a couple of times. That was a whore.
You see, that's just a horrible snap there from the center. It forces Ryan Carroll to lose about 6 to 7 yards on that play.
Good defensive play by big number 99. So again, the big 3rd down play. Last time the Olympians let them off the hook with the roughing the passer penalty. Wow. Galera fell down on the play, boy. Now the ball is fumbled and picked up by the Olympians. And that's one of the Hunt brothers with the ball, and he's heading up the sideline before he's finally looked like a Hunt.
And that is Andre Hunt.
Wow.
And you see, that started off as a great play there for Ryan Kirkwood, who has dropped 2 catches early. And you see he gets tackled there by Kyron Santos and just drops the ball And Hunt is there to pick it right up.
But the referee, Michael Barnes, just indicated some type of infraction, and they're bringing the ball all the way back. It's going to be Leuzinger's ball. Well, that's an interesting indication for a block in the back. In basketball, we call that a hand check, but I know that that's not what he's indicating. If I can, at halftime, I'll get a hold of my mechanics handbook and see if we can tell exactly what that call was. But the Olympians deep in their own territory. That's a pass out in the flat, not a screen because there was nobody there, but it's defended well by number 29, Rafael Estrella.
And that's a great tackle just right there in the open field, preventing yards, as you see on the replay right here. And Rafael stalking his man down, and he gets to Tariq Culpepper right there and stops another 80-yard play from happening.
And right now, if you're the Olympians, you certainly want to pick up some ground here. They're down at about the 6-yard line, going to what they do best. They keep it on the ground. That was Bowen with the carry. Lauren Bowen haven't had much of an opportunity to call his name tonight because of the good work that some of the other backs have been doing.
Well, that's always good for your team when other guys get a chance to get their shot and they all play together.
So it's a 3rd down and about 6. There's a pass by the Olympians. That's enough for a 1st down, it appears. Yes, it is. Wow. And a rare aerial attack. The Olympians pick up the 1st down through the air. You don't say that often.
You see that. Nice pass there to Malcolm Jackson as he brings it in.
And now the scoreboard has gone out.
That's another one of those younger guys for this Leuzinger Olympian team. Malcolm Jackson, a sophomore.
We're going to have a momentary break in the action as they try to get the scoreboard back lit. Wondering where Matt is. There's Matt down there. I guess Matt's saying that's not a part of any of my electronics. Must be somebody else there. You see it's gone dark. They'll take a couple of minutes to try to get it resolved. If they can't, they'll keep the time and all that stuff down on the field. Okay. All right, so now got a few lights back on. They're trying to reset it. Right. So, a momentary action we see here. Now we see Marlon Mendez, the athletic director. He's come up to put that AD touch on things as they try to get it restarted. So, Sebastian, while we've got a moment, let's just talk about what a first half this has been thus far for the Olympians. Man, they've put up 33 points on the board tonight, which nearly matches their largest scoring outburst of the season. Was when in their first game they put up 36 against Morningside, and here they already have 33 at the half and certainly don't look like any let up as when we do come back to live action, it's going to be their ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you talk about them in that first game against Morningside. They did that in a losing effort. They're doing it here tonight in a winning one already in the first half. So I feel like this Leuzinger Olympian team has got a lot to harp on right now, and they want to take a chance to work on their defense because they seem to be making some mistakes on the defensive end with the penalties.
And we look, and we realize this is happening, and we look at the guys who are out tonight again. Lionel Lil Train Smith, as we call him, Antonio Haygood, and DeAnthony Jones And those are big pieces of their effort, and neither one of them being here tonight, none of them. I said neither. Actually, 3 guys are out. But, hey, the show has to go on, and what a show the Olympians have put on.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of what Coach Porter, he talks about after every game. He talks about this team being very youthful and them still learning every week.
Okay, so we've got the clock back, at least, and it stopped. Another illegal procedure against. Looks like this is going to. The score is 33-10 in favor of the Olympians. We're still in the first half. 2 minutes left to go. Ball up in the air. If he hits his receiver, that may be a touchdown. He does. The Torrance defender giving pursuit. Now he takes the angle. They will not catch him. That's a touchdown. Wow. Kyron Santos, everybody conceivable, Sebastian, tonight has scored for the Olympians.
Yeah, and this is just great what you're seeing. You see the replay here. It's a drop back pass. That's a beautiful pass to Kyrie Santos as he runs right up the right side. And that's Ab Landeros that tried to catch him there on the defensive side, and he just couldn't. We get a look at the run real quick one more time by Kyron Santos.
Wow.
We got ourselves a 30-point blowout so far here by the Leuzinger Olympians.
And boy, this will do your team spirit a lot of good. If you're the Leuzinger Olympians, not doing a lot of good for the Torrance Tartars right now, but boy, for the Olympians, what a offensive burst it has been. Looks like we've got a hit from McCall Hall. Let's take it down.
All right, you guys, during that technical difficulty with the scoreboard going out, the referees had an opportunity to talk to both coaches, and they had to apologize to Coach Hollison. They said, we're sorry about the scoreboard. And Coach Hollison's response was quite comical. He said, you know what? I'm actually relieved. It's starting to get ugly. I don't want to see it. So a little bit of relief for him, but not enough. Torrance is still down, still has a long way to go. Back to you guys.
And we've got a lot of football left as well. Okay, great hit there and great story by McCall Hall. All right, back from a fresh tour of duty with the Special Olympics program during the summer. Flag because the kick went out of bounds. So the Olympians will re-kick it. I don't know whether they give teams an option to take the ball at the. We'll see. No, it looks like they're going to make them re-kick it from the 35-yard line.
Leuzinger Olympians up comfortably here at Olympian Field while the fire is burning.
Well, the Olympic flame burns eternal, Sebastian. Except when everybody goes to bed, then they turn it off.
Right, that's when it goes off. You would think it would stay burning, but
Right. Well, who's going to pay that bill?
I was just going to say, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Right. All right, so this time kicking off from the 35-yard line is Adrian Acosta. Ball taken by the Tartar. That's Iona. Iona gets out to the 30-yard line where he's going to be brought down. And with 1:41 left here in the first half, if you are the Tartar coaching staff, obviously everybody, you want to score every possession you have, but I think you got to look a little more realistic. What you don't want to do is give the ball back to the Olympians with any time left here, because they've shown their ability to score quickly, but they've got the ball. There's Iona with the return. Let's see how they take advantage of this last minute and 41 from the 30-yard line. This time they put a new running back in the game. That was number 45, and we don't even have it. Well, no, maybe we do. Page 2, that's Kyle Sale with the carry. Okay, so they give Sale a gain of about 2 on the play, makes it a 2nd down and 8. Clock now running. I think Leuzinger's only used one of their timeouts, if any. So they've got a couple. Depending on what happens on this play, they may decide to use them. Okay, another play on the ground. If you've got anything, this is where I think about using them right now to try to get possession again before the half ends. Because it's now a 3rd down and 8. Clock continues to run. So I don't have a feel, I must admit, didn't keep track of the timeouts taken by either team, but I'm a little surprised that if Leuzinger has timeouts in their pocket, that they've chosen not to use them.
Well, you don't get them back, that's for sure.
That's for sure, and now there are 5 seconds left. So South is going to be content, and that will be the end of the the Olympians keep their timeouts in their pocket, and Torrance is content to let the clock run out. So they'll head to the locker room here at Olympian Field with the Olympians having a commanding 30-point lead, 40-10 over the Torrance Tartars here at halftime on CityTV Sports. And we'll take a break in the action, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship UConn Huskies basketball team, and your Leuzinger Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper, good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
All right, welcome back for second half action here at Olympian Field. Had a few technical difficulties, but it was homecoming night, and a beautiful homecoming court was announced and presented, and hopefully we'll have that information in a little while. But before we go start second half action, let's go down to the sidelines to McCall Hall.
All right, the second half is getting ready to get underway here at the Lou House. Real quick injury update. Torrance will be down 2 players going into the second half. 2 of their players have been diagnosed with concussions. That has been confirmed by the medical staff during halftime. So Torrance now down more than just score. They're down some players. Had an opportunity to talk to both coaches at halftime. It's really funny. Opposite ends of the spectrum. One's up by a lot, one's down by a lot. But the message from both to their team was the same. Play the second half as if the score is 0-0. Looking forward to a good game of football in the second half. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, McCall, for that report. Well, Sebastian, as we come back, just to go over a couple of quick first half stats on the Leuzinger side. Most importantly, unofficially, they had 211 yards on the ground in that first half. All of that was long runs on scoring touchdowns. They had 65 yards by Galera, 71 by Carmichael, another 75-yard run by Carmichael. I mean, just run after run after run. And here they're receiving the second half kickoff. It was touched by one of the up men, and it's going to be recovered by Torrance.
And that's a smart play to do right there by Torrance. You know, Leuzinger has a lot of fast guys out there, so a squib kick is exactly what you need in that moment right here to put some points on the board for yourself and put yourself in good scoring position.
Leuzinger simply was not ready for that play. Torrance, obviously, in the locker room at halftime had determined that this is what we're going to do. Leuzinger would have had the ball to start the second half, leading 40-10, but instead the Tartars recover the onside kick. Not much doing there. Iona with the carry. You know, one of the guys that got hit, McCall wasn't able to get us information on who the two players that suffered concussions, but it'll be interesting to see if Suarez is back. You remember the big hit he took in the first quarter?
I do. Suarez was actually taking a lot of big hits in the first half, but we'll see if we see him out there. After all, he very well may be one of those players.
And Suarez is number 6, in case you're wondering. It's a 2nd down and 10 for the Tartars. Dropping back to pass. That pass complete now. Okay.
And that's Ryan Kirkwood on the reception there.
Well, they ruled incomplete. For a second, we both thought it was complete, but apparently it was jarred loose as he went down.
You see on the replay right here. Yeah, right out of his hand as soon as he was tackled.
And with the injured player on the field over on the far side, that's number 40. And number 40 for Torrance is Ryan Kirkwood, as the house announcer just indicated to us. So, still early here in the third quarter. Kirkwood now up and walking off under his own power, so that's always a good sign to see. So back to the live action. It's going to be a 3rd down and 10. That's Cut Spencer. Don't mean to rat you out, man, but I ain't want to think it was me.
Oh, man, come on. You knew what you were doing.
All right, 3rd and 10 for Torrance. Pressured by the Olympians. Carroll, the quarterback, keeps it, and he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down by about 2 yards. And you got to think that this is 4-down territory, and they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, and that's a smart play. You see on the replay right here, Ryan Carroll surveying, reading the Leuzinger defense and getting through, pushing to get some yards for his team, and he picks up 9 on the carry.
Okay, so judging from the far side marker, it's definitely a 4th down. You call it a yard. I think it's probably closer to 2, but let's see what the Olympians are able to do. Wow, they stopped him at the line. Let's see if his forward momentum takes me. I don't think it did, Sebastian. I think this is going to be Leuzinger's football. And it is. They changed it to 1st down. Changed the down marker to 1st down, meaning this is going to be 1st down for the Olympians. So, a 4th down stand by the Leuzinger Olympians.
Yeah, you talk about it right there as they give the ball to Jeremiah to try to make something happen. And right there, you can't really see, but there's a bevy of players there doing all that they can to stop that 1st down from happening. And you see Damian Porter, you guys weren't able to see, but he runs a little bit out on the field and pumps his fist to congratulate his defense on that play.
So now it's a 1st and 10 for the Olympians. Malik Jackson, the quarterback. They've got the ball at the 32. There's running room, and boy, this could be another big game. And this is number 9 for the Olympians. That's Andre Hunt. I said the ball was at the 32, which is what it was. That's a 68-yard run. for the Olympians.
And Andre Hunt, the sophomore, as you see, he gets to the outside right here, and he is just gone, ladies and gentlemen.
At 9:52, a 68-yard TD pass to Andre Hunt. Kick is up, and it is no good this time. A rare miscue by Acosta from the kicking position. They've had 3 miscues in the kicking game tonight, but the other 2 were not Acosta's fault. The snap was mishandled. This one, Acosta did get the kick up, not able to convert.
Yeah, Acosta doesn't miss too often, but he missed that one right there. As we get a look at the band, thumbs up to you too. The Leuzinger Olympians make this a 36-point lead here as we get a look at the Lady Olympians.
Well, we're only one more score from this being in a mercy situation. 40-point lead is the requirement. I'd have to check the book as to whether that's in the 4th or at any point in the game. We know in basketball it's only in the 4th quarter when the mercy rule goes into effect with that 40-point lead. So, on that return, brings it out to about the 31-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tatas. All right, well, so 46-10 our score. Torrance with the football and wrapped up in the backfield by Samisi Lawaki, along with number 44, Salisi Fakava. And we were told at halftime, Sebastian, that Lawaki has officially committed to Utah. And boy, right now the Utes are riding high in the southern part of the Pac-12 conference. They're 6-0 overall, period. And I understand them and Stanford will be playing sometime down the road. Stanford 5-0 in the Northern Division.
And Milwaukee committing to the Utes, like you just said, and I'm sure he'll make a great addition when he gets there.
Nice defense by the Olympians. That's going to make it a 4th down and about 5. 3rd and 5 instead. Looks like it's the marker. Okay. So 3rd and 5 now for the Tartars. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Wow. Drop back to pass. That pass was batted, it looked like, by Fakava. I know it was thrown into traffic, and now with a 4th and long, Torrance is going to punt it. Well, maybe he didn't bat it, but boy, sure obstructed the view of some of the intended receivers. So now back to receive again for the Olympians is Tariq Culpepper. Culpepper already has a 75-yard punt return to his credit. He lines up at the 30-yard line. It's a high kick, going to be a short. Now it takes a bounce, goes out of bounds. Culpepper doesn't have a chance to return. Let's see where they spot it at.
And I think kicking that ball towards the out-of-bounds area might have been the best thing for the Torrance Tartars, as they have seen a lot of touchdowns scored on them from that angle on the kickoff return.
Clock is running. We will have to check when we get an opportunity just to see when the rule is invoked, actually. But looks like it's already been invoked, doesn't it? And I guess that can be by coach's decision or agreement. Wow, here's another running play, and this one's going to go for a touchdown as well. Don't see any flags. That's number 22 again, Elijah Robinson. And boy, that was a 80-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Robinson.
Elijah Robinson just turns on the Jets right there. Little short springy pass. Oh, little move. Excuse me. And he gets through. Another one. Excuse me. Out to the outside, making the missed tackle. A great block right there. And you see he gets to the outside, and there is no touching him as he goes in for the touchdown.
Wow. Leuzinger now with 52 points on the board, and definitely in a running clock situation. Extra point is good. Makes it 53-10. You know, and if you're Olympians, you might ought to save up some of these points for a couple of future contests. Let's talk about what they've got next. You know, I've been saying it all night long, and maybe that's because I was thinking ahead. Because guess who their next opponent is? None other than South next Friday night right here at Leuzinger. Okay?
You might as well come to that game. You can follow South's name so much.
All right. Now, Leuzinger for 3 straight years have been on the short end of the score against this Torrance team. Last year they lost 37-14. In 2013 it was 57-6, and in 2012 26-7. So, boy, this is a measure of revenge for the Olympians as they wipe away a 3-year bad taste that this Torrance team has left with them.
Yeah, the Tartars have dominated the Leuzinger program over the last couple years, but I think Coach Damian Porter wanted to come in and make sure that they put an end to that tonight, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Whoa, now let's see what we got. We got a timeout being taken. Okay, looks like, well, Leuzinger is saying, well, we didn't ask for a timeout. Let's see, are they going to charge it? I would think if they were, they'd huddle up. Not sure, they may wipe this off as an official's mistake. Now we don't know exactly what they're doing at all. Is it or ain't it a timeout? Doesn't appear to be. So
looks like they're going to keep playing.
Costa prepares to kick off. Kick is up, stays in the field of play. Taken by Gottlieb, and Gottlieb gets it out to the 33-yard line. Let's see, they bring it forward. They're going to spot it officially at the 35-yard line. And so,
See the replay there, and that tackle was by the Iron Man himself. Edgar Mihar is a guy who I talked about earlier, sustaining a couple injuries this season, but he just keeps on playing.
and boy, the Torrance on the season has given up a lot of points with the ball, keeping it on the ground this time. Carrying it is number 20. Now we got some guys we don't even have it in the program. Looks like 23 we don't have in the program. But here's who we haven't seen, who you got to think is one of those guys who suffered a concussion. We haven't seen Suarez the whole second half.
Yeah, you haven't seen Suarez in there. One of the bright spots for the Torrance Tartars tonight. Unfortunately, they have to compete in the second half without him.
Harold's pass is complete to Nash.
Okay. Nash with the reception out. A little past the 40-yard line.
Picks up about 6 yards.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So after 3 here at Olympian Field, where the Olympian torch shines brightly, the Leuzinger Olympians, in their largest scoring outburst of the season, lead the Tartars of Torrance High School 53-10 here on City TV. I'm Rufus Washington, joined by Sebastian Spencer, along with McCall Hall down on the sideline. Well, what a beautiful night for football, and man, if you're a Leuzinger Olympian fan, this has been your night. If you're a Torrance Tartar fan, ah boy, another tough night after they played such a wonderful game a week ago against one of the other Torrance schools. Because I'm afraid to say their name, because if I do, I'll get stuck on it again and can't repeat it. So you've heard it enough, but boy, what a tough night tonight for this Torrance Tartar football team.
Yeah, and you talk about tough schedules. Leuzinger has had a bit of a tough schedule themselves.
Harold's pass complete to Nash.
Torrance still with some fight, though, as they pick up a first down, as they take it into Leuzinger territory at the Leuzinger 40-yard line. Now, if you're the Olympians, I think you want to maintain your intensity. You know, I mean, obviously the game's in hand, but you don't want to get soft and start taking things for granted. First, a couple things. One, that leads to injuries, first and foremost. And two, it puts you in a bad mind frame going forward after this game. And now the wheels are really coming off for the Tartars, as on that snap it was mishandled by Carroll, the quarterback. And Ryan Carroll is a junior, 6 foot, 180-pound junior quarterback for Torrance.
Correction 64, William Lee.
He was able to recover that snap. And that's about the 4th time that Ryan Carroll has had a couple bad snaps.
And boy, may as well give credit to William Lilly, I believe that was, who was in on the tackle. Now makes it a second down and about 15. Wow, Carroll throws a nice pass, hits his receiver down at the 20-yard line, but there's a flag on the field.
There's a flag on the play, roughing the passer charge to the Olympians. That's going to take on another 15 yards.
Wow, okay, so they're going to put the 15 at the end of the run, at the end of the play. And if they do, that'll take them deep into Olympian territory.
And that's big. That's about a 30-yard play, and you tack on about 15 more yards. That's 50, close to 50 yards.
So with the clock running, 9.5 minutes left. Leuzinger leading by 43, but The Torrance Tartars with a chance to make some window dressing here as they are at the Olympian 10-yard line where it's 1st and goal. Post pattern and touchdown. Had to wait a moment just to see if he held on to it. That was Kyle Villa, 10-yard TD pass.
You see the replay here. And Carroll, strong when he steps up in that pocket. And that's a very nice pass. He put it right on the money for Kyle Villa. And the kick is up. And it's good.
That's good. May have not called the correct name before. That is Sebastian Nunez handling the extra point duties. So, boy, that extra point shortens the deficit to 53-17. Clock continues to roll, approaching 8 minutes left. So, all that means is that Leuzinger gets another chance, Sebastian, to get their hands on the football. And back to receive for them on the far side is Elijah Robinson, and on the near side, looks like that's number 9, Andre Hunt. Ball scooped up by Hunt. There's a hole right there. Now he's on the way. Wow. Andre Hunt with the touchdown. Wow.
Andre Hunt, so talented.
Wow.
Sophomore receiver. Sometimes I tell you that guy just makes it look too easy out there. And he
And once again,
gets another
they're doing it
touchdown.
so quickly. We watch them. Whatever the spot where it's made at. Let's see. He picks that up
At the 15.
at the 15. That's an 85-yard touchdown run.
And he got there fast.
85-yard kickoff return by Andre Hunt.
You can see it right here from close range a little bit better. You see those quick feet picking up. Sebastian Nunez, the kicker for Torrance, didn't know where he was going.
Okay, now we got a Wilson stopping the play here. Let's see. Offsides against the Tartars. I don't think that'll change the decision by the Olympians to kick the extra point. May as well give Acosta the work. Holding for Acosta is Lauren Bowen. And right now it becomes a matter of if they want to work on some things. They still are going to kick it. Kick is up, and it is good.
Olympians putting 60 on the board tonight.
So, and we'd have to go back in the record book, Sebastian, to see when's the last time the Olympians put 60 points up on the board. I mean, they've done it in such convincing fashion, but boy, I got to say that the run defense in all elements of the game by South has been like a sieve. I mean, just like water through a colander, if you will. I mean, you know, boom, touchdown. Every time they touch the ball on the ground, touchdown.
And granted, they're playing against a defense, that's not as strong as the ones that they've played in recent weeks, but that's not the Olympians' fault. They're doing what they're supposed to do, take advantage where they see it.
Clock running, 4.5 minutes left in the contest. We know that 60 has to be close to some kind of Olympian record. I'm going to venture a guess, boy, if they score again and get to 67, that would probably be a record. That's something we'll check and report back on you in a future broadcast, fans. At least as far back as records are kept, which is about 10 years. The ball's loose, and it's recovered by Adrian Galera.
Wow.
Wow, and that's going to give him the ball at the 25-yard line is where they're going to spot it at. And Sebastian, as the clock winds down, approaching 3.5 minutes or so.
Number 20.
One of the things that go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's number 25 there. We don't have a name for him, but he fumbles the ball. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want the people to know his name right now.
Well,
Galera gets it.
A couple of names that we're going to have to let the people know about are the player of the game and the Tip of the Hat Award winner. And man, this is as tough as it has perhaps ever been, because there are, if I could be so audacious as to borrow a word from you, a bevy of candidates to be considered.
Yeah, definitely. You might have to tip the whole team tonight.
Malik Jackson still with the ball. Boy, he gives it off to a fresh running back. That looks like it was Samaj Daniels, number 23. Okay. So, Coach Porter letting a couple of guys get some work here and get in on the fun. And you don't get an opportunity. And for a program, let's face it, when, they've had their struggles, and so you want your best players out on the field, even when the score is not against you. But when you got a situation like this, and the game is well within hand, it does give you an opportunity. As I see Galera on the sideline, I see some of the other guys that play. Culpepper is on the sideline. Both Hunt brothers are on the sideline. They're kids now, Sebastian. My point is this, who are getting an opportunity to get a little action, see some light, as we used to call it back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. They get a chance to get those jerseys dirty just a little bit. They don't have to go in the locker room looking like they didn't play.
Right.
So, it's
wow.
all.
And Samaj Daniels with a nice little run there that he nearly broke it. Minute and a half left in the contest.
We see on the replay here. Samaj Daniels. A nice run.
Daniels again with the ball. He keeps it, takes it down inside the 10-yard line.
Samaj Daniels. And that's another kid, that's a freshman you see right here with the run. So these are all guys you see that are going to be in the building blocks of this program for the next 2 or 3 years to come.
Right. And let's see what Coach Porter, these guys want to score as well. On the one hand, you say, well, hey, show some mercy, Coach. The game's over. And they do decide to take a knee here. They'll only have to take one more knee for that to be the game. Because you've got kids that want to score the football. They want to play. They understand, hey, I didn't put up none of them 60 points. I want to put up my own points.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They're practicing hard like everybody else all week, and they want their shot out there as well. So, that's the one thing about this. Is you don't want to see a blowout like that, but sometimes it happens.
And Michael Barnes says, even though Leuzinger could have run and by rule should have run another play just because of the play clock. The point was, he asked him, are you going to take a knee on the next play? He said yes. Well, hey, why delay the inevitable? Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up so that everybody can go home and get out of here. So Michael Barnes and his crew, they head off the field. The losing Olympian, the coaching staff, the players, they congratulate and shake hands with the Torrance Tartars. But our final, losing Olympians 60 and Torrance 17. What a night for the Olympian fans. You're homecoming, and it's always fun to win at homecoming, Sebastian.
Yeah, always fun. You want to win at homecoming in front of your crowd. You know, the whole crowd is pumped up. Everybody comes to the homecoming game. That's the one game, if not the last game of the season, that everybody shows up to. Even the people who don't usually support, they come to the homecoming game. So it's a great win for the Leuzinger Olympians, building on that, their second win of the year.
Absolutely, and we saw a couple of Olympians from years gone by. Justin Delgado, former quarterback of this Olympian football team.
That's right.
He was in the house and had a few more Olympians with him. And again, the homecoming court, the young people will be celebrating homecoming this weekend. Congratulations to them. And most importantly, congratulations to Coach Damian Porter and his squad as they win 60-17. And I do want to give a shout out to Coach Rock Hollis, a real nice guy. As I said, we talked to him before the game. He knew what he was up against, and it just wasn't their night because, again, a week ago they played the top team in the Pioneer League to a standstill, although they came up short. All right, we know that McCall Hall in a little while will have some post-game action. Thank you, Terry, as we say goodbye to the folks here in the booth, man. Folks are clearing out of here, left and right. But Sebastian, your thoughts?
Basically, I just thought Leuzinger played a really strong game. Really strong game from the get-go. A lot of guys that we talk about here that were out the game, Antonio Aga, Lionel Smith, DeAnthony Jones, and the Olympians were able to still get it done with like I said, the word of the night, bevy of other players that we saw.
We certainly did, and boy, those guys will want to get back real quick to get a piece of what they saw tonight. Both teams will look at this. One thing I like about Coach Porter, he's not going to allow his guys to get too high about this because he understands and sees that, hey, we obviously played an opponent. We had a little more talent than they had, obviously had more speed. We were playing at home, had the crowd at our back, and things just went our way. But he's going to remind them, and I can assure you guys, before you think that this is all everything, remember, we're only 2-5, okay? But what he did say that is important is that they've kept their playoff hopes alive because if they can finish in one of those top 3 spots in the Pioneer League, they've got a chance at a playoff invitation.
Yeah, see, and that gives you hope. That gives the team hope. And another thing is, and you talked about at the end of the game there, you said you don't want to let up at the end of the game, but you don't want to come off as disrespectful to the other team. What you have to do there is not get complacent with the way that you're playing, and you want to build on that. You want to build good habits, and I think that's exactly what the Leuzinger Olympians did tonight.
And I think they have. We saw this be an evolutionary process for the Olympians over the last couple of years under Coach Porter, this being his second year. Team starting to gel, and tonight was one of the few times, but we did see him put it all together in a great effort. So, having said that, we've got to do some work. We've got to, honor a couple of guys, and it's going to be hard tonight, as I said.
It definitely will be.
It's going to be hard. But why don't we take a moment, collect our thoughts, and we'll come back to you fans with both our player of the game and our tip of the hat award winner right here on CityTV Sports.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship UConn Huskies basketball team, and your Leuzinger Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper. Good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
All right, we're back, fans, here at Olympian Field. And right now we've got McCall Hall, and she's down on the field with a player interview, none other than the newcomer, number 99, Aseli Ahoya. McCall.
All right, very impressive win tonight by the Leuzinger Olympians. Offense was rolling, and I think that's an understatement. But a highlight that I want to bring to you guys tonight, we've got senior defensive end Isi Ahoya, who had a couple of sacks tonight, played really big for his team. Isi, as a senior, what does it mean for you guys to have this kind of big win? You guys have been struggling a little bit early on, and now you guys have a really convincing win. How does that feel as a senior?
It feels really good. I mean, started off slow, kind of slow, 1-5, and we just kept at it. Me and my team, my team and I, we just kept hard, worked hard in the weight room, came to practice on time, did our time in practice, and yeah.
Good, good. Now, tonight, the Coach Hollis from Torrance definitely mentioned that you guys are hitting hard. You guys caused a lot of strips, a lot of fumbles. You guys were causing a lot of disruption for Torrance when they were on offense. What was the key for you guys' defense tonight? Offense was rolling, but what was the key for that defense to keep the score so wide?
Don't give in to fatigue. Just play your heart out. Yes, that's all I got.
All right, now you as a senior, as a captain, as the defensive guru that you are, what is the key to getting you guys into the playoffs?
Just keep doing what we do. Just play the game. Don't give in to fatigue, like I said earlier. Play like a team. Coach said we haven't been playing the team, but yeah, we got struggles. Everybody got struggles, and I think we got through that, playing through a team, like a team. Yeah.
All right, well, they definitely look like a team tonight. Wishing you the best of luck. Back to you guys. Big win for the Lou House.
All right, so we're back, Sebastian, and again, talking to Ahoy, number 99, transfer from Cathedral, one of the newer players for the Olympians, or at least first opportunity to play. Had to go through some transfer issues, but got all that behind him and now out on the field. So it's time for us to do a little award work, okay? It's award season, and we need to recognize the player of the game and the Tip of the Hat Award winner. But let me just run down a couple of things to you real quickly before we do that. First of all, the Olympians scored 9 touchdowns tonight. 9 touchdowns.
That's a lot.
Galera had 1, Carmichael 2, Hunt had 2, Robinson had 2, Culpepper had 1, and Santos had 1. And, of course, Adrian Acosta with 6 extra points. They had a couple of muffs on the handle on 2 of them. Of the 3 that were missed, 2 were muffs by the placeholder, and 1 that Acosta just missed. So they hit on all cylinders tonight. But having said all that, let's start first with the player of the game. You made the selection, so you tell our audience whom you've selected.
All right, everybody at home. So me and Rufus have selected for the player of the game, Andre Hunt. That guy had a nice couple runs there. So we made him our player of the game. I mean, it was very tough. We could have picked anybody. You know, you talk about some other guys that had 2 touchdowns as well. But Andre Hunt, he is the one that makes this offense go. So, Andre Hunt, you are the player of the game, sir.
All right, and as you mentioned earlier, Hunt, a University of Utah commit, so he's going to be a Ute a year from now. Good for him. And also, Samisi Lawaki, also going to Utah.
Well, Samisi Lawaki, he's the actual commit, and Hunt, they
okay.
offered him. So
they offered him. Okay, Hunt hasn't made up his mind yet.
Not yet.
But I got to tell you, with the way the Utes are running and rolling right now, you would think they would certainly be in the running to get his services. Now, let's talk about the Tip of the Hat Award. And, man, there's so many different choices that we can make here, and I've looked through it. And the young man that I'm going to mention first as a Tip of the Hat Award winner, and we'd like to recognize players who don't always get the recognition that some of the other kids get. I mean, Andre Hunt, that's expected on this team. And some of the other guys that have come through, whether we're talking Galera, again, that's expected, or Samisi Lawaki. But this young man came out of nowhere as far as we're concerned, and if you'll pass me the special hat right there to the right, and, of course, you'll see fans that This hat is pink in color. This is in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is the tip of the hat it is the hat to be tipped for the month of October. And the winner of tonight's, or the young man that I'm going to recognize, is Carmichael. That's number 24, Daniel Carmichael. He scored 2 touchdowns. One was a 71-yard touchdown run, and the other was a let's see, I have it here, a 75-yard touchdown run. So he had 146 yards in the first quarter alone, all right? And that was Daniel Carmichael. So for our 2 award winners, and so first of all, Daniel, here's your tip of the hat. Congratulations to you. Along with Andre Hunt, player of the game. But I think, as you also said, Sebastian, as we wrap it up, this was such a great team effort. There were so many young men who were a part of this. As we see Galera, he's already dressed out in street clothes heading this way. But congratulations to the Leuzinger Olympians, and congratulations to those 2 young men, Andre Hunt, player of the game, and Daniel Carmichael, number 24, who is the Tip of the Hat Award winner, right here on City TV Sports. So, for Sebastian Spencer, McCall Hall, and our award-winning crew, led by none other than Tom Strickfat, and I'm Rufus Washington, saying one last time from here at Olympian Field. Come on, get in this shot, Adrian, man. You guys are up here. We get a moment to see if we get this right here. This is Adrian Galera, number 4. You get to see him in the flesh without the uniform. Congratulations, Adrian. If you got a chance, Sebastian, if you can let him hang on to your headset. If this is okay with you, Tom, we can catch a moment with him.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Okay. Again, Adrian, what a big victory for. Here I am. Sorry, step right in there. So, and we're looking at that camera right over there. First of all, congratulations on a big win for the Olympians tonight. You got it started with the first score.
Yeah.
How'd that feel to you?
I mean, it feels great. Last year, it was the opposite. We were down, 52-10. So, this win, it feels really good. I mean, we haven't beat a Torrance school in a while, and I've been here 4 years since my freshman year. Haven't been in Torrance school, so tonight was really special. We all played as a team. It seemed like everyone was scoring. I thought the linemen were scoring too.
Right. Yeah. and we
yeah.
went through that, and I'm glad that you say that, and because that shows team spirit. You had 6 different guys who scored tonight, a couple of guys twice. Yourself, Carmichael, Hunt, Robinson, Culpepper, Santos, all these guys scored. So how does that make you feel just to see them have an opportunity to, be a part of a game like this?
That's very special. Those guys are very talented. We haven't really been a team, but, as the games we've played, we've become closer and closer. And I think this game, non-league, it wasn't our time yet, and I feel like this whole week when we were preparing for Torrance, I felt like it was our time now, so it felt great. Okay,
number 99 came in and gave you guys a great defensive effort as well. We know he's just getting an opportunity to play now that things are settled. Talk about his McCall talked to him earlier in the post-game interview. Talk about his contributions to tonight's contest.
EC, that guy's amazing, man. I just barely got to know him this year, and I mean, he's a leader. He's out there. He couldn't play the first 5 games, man. I seen it in his face. He wanted to play bad. He's always smacking us on Scout D and stuff, making us fumble and stuff. I mean, I knew that guy's gonna be special. And he's gonna go somewhere. I mean, he's very humble, man. He plays with great energy, and I'm thankful to have him on my team.
Great. Well, what a homecoming victory. We know you guys got a big party tomorrow night, so go out, celebrate, and have some fun. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
All right, Adrian Galera fans, number 4. Of the Leuzinger Olympians.
No problem.
All right, so Sebastian, let's take this thing on home now. As we say, the Leuzinger Olympians. Boy, what a big night for them, homecoming, and they win 60-17 over the Torrance Tartars. So once again, fans, for everybody that's a part of the City TV crew, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week on our next broadcast. I'm Rufus Washington for Sebastian Spencer. Good night.